What's up, broadcasters? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Branding Banter, your promotional products podcast where you can get all the nerdy news you need to know about. My name is Jeff Franklin, Director of National Sales with Headwear USA.
And I'm Meg Gerber, the CXO over at the Bark and Bowie.
I'm Sarah Goshkarian-Unruh, Senior VP of Sales at Market Fuel.
I am Sarah Lewandowski with ASI.
Very cool. So, Sarah, we're excited to have you on. We want to talk about the ASI education portal and some changes I think that have been made recently, but more importantly, just to give everybody like a quick rundown of the ASI education portal. But before we do that, do you want to introduce yourself at any length? I mean, do you want to tell us about yourself and maybe the role that you have at ASI and how you got started there?
Sure. So like most people, it was all by chance. So I have been with ASI for over 10 years, but at ASI, we have a lot of long-term people, so I'm still a baby at this company. For 10 years, I was an editor with our ASI media team. So I wrote for Council Magazine. I write for our news site, asicentral.com/news. I still write for them, but now I have, for the past year, I've been asked to spearhead our new initiatives for our education and professional development at ASI. So the big lift with that was to build up a new on-demand education platform for our members. So we used to have what we called ASI University, which was a really well-curated library of videos, but we wanted it to be more interactive and engaging. So we enlisted Thought Industries, which has a very robust platform for on-demand learning. And so, we spent the past few months building that up, and now we have a slate of classes to kick it off. So we've been live for about a month now. It's been really popular with our learners. We're adding new content all the time. So that's been our big push recently.
I love it. Well, I'll say what kind of brought this conversation or topic to mind was the fact that we had just talked to JGR, Jessica from PPAI, and we were all very knowledgeable about the PPAI education track, but we realized we kind of all had this gap as far as understanding the ASI education piece and thought, you know what, let's bring on somebody. So I'm so glad you could join us today to be able to just really help all of our viewers and everybody really understand how ASI education works, how you receive credits, and really even what the credentials are, all of the things. So I don't know where to start with all of that first, but maybe credentials would be a good place. I know the PPAI track has the CAS, the TAS, and then the MAS, and then MAS Plus. I don't know how it looks and what that looks like underneath the ASI umbrella.
Yeah, sure. So our certification that we offer, we brought it forward from the former learning experience, I'll call it. So we decided to keep it all the same. So basically how it works is we have the Bachelor of Advertising Specialty Information, and then we have the Master of Advertising Specialty Information. So the BASI and the MASI. This is all free to do. So you don't have to recert. There's nothing like that. It's all free. And it's for our members exclusively. But basically the way it works is we keep it pretty simple. So at this point, we don't have any prereq classes within our learning system. So the only three requirements, you have to be an ASI member. You have to pass either the B or MASI exam. So there's actually a test that we administer. So it's 30 questions for the B, 45 for the M. And we do require that you pass the B before you pass the M. So we have people who've been in the industry a long time. We're like, I just want to skip to the M. And we're like, no, it really does make sense for you to start with the B and really make sure that that's all nailed down, because the MASI exam, we've on purpose made it difficult to pass. So it is, it's some people have committed time to making sure that this is, a robust exam. And both of them are like that. So, and then the other requirement is that you've attended an industry event in the last 2 years, because we just want to make sure that people are engaged with the industry. They're not just taking the classes and then taking the exam and then leaving. They're engaged with the content, engaged with the industry. And it doesn't have to be one of our events. It could be Expo. It could be a regional association event, whatever. And then once you pass the exams, the B or the MASI are yours. And at the next ASI show, if the recipient has received their certification before that show, they can be part of a pinning ceremony that we have before our keynote every show. So
Oh, I didn't even know that
with
existed.
the CEO, yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
Sarah, I'm actually glad that you brought that up because I've always wondered what the BASI and MASI stood for, and I'm a little disappointed. I know you guys have just launched the new portal, but I need to be a doctor. Okay, you've got the bachelor's, you've got the master's. Where's my doctor? Where's the
PhD.
BASI?
Yeah, we could we'll talk about that internally and see if we can even get a more difficult, maybe you have a thesis, you'd have to deliver a thesis. Yeah.
Make it really fun.
Yeah.
And you have to do like a speaking engagement at an ASI show. I
Right,
think that's
there you
important.
go.
That's part of
That
it,
would be
right? You have
good.
to be able to
Yes.
lead and speak at a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Brian
listening on
Erlacher. We'll do it together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay, so I have to ask the question just because it came up in our other conversation. So how many times can you take the test? Can you retake it if you just may not be a good test taker?
Sure. Yeah. So we used to have a lot of people with some, they're like, I know my stuff. I don't need to watch these videos. And we'd had to tell them like, listen, these are serious exams, these are multiple choice, true, false. And now we've redone the exams. So they are actually based on our content in the system. So while we don't require that you complete these classes, it does behoove you to do so.
Okay.
So you can take it 3 times. Most people need like once, maybe twice. It's rare that we have somebody who fails it twice. If they need it 3 times and they fail a 3rd time, we have the conversation with them. We advise them on like how to prepare for the exam. Yeah. Okay. So it's not like you're barred forever, forget it. It's just after 3, we're like, maybe we need to have a discussion. Yeah. Are you? Yeah.
You even go here.
Yeah.
Even
what
go
are we doing here?
Yeah. So we'll talk to them about that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. Good to know. Good to know.
Now, have you guys had any? Well, first off, how long has this been around? The education for ASI, is this just something that's new, or has this been around for years? Like, because again, a lot of people we're having these conversations like, man, we just don't know enough about it to even speak on it. So we wanted to bring you in here to kind of really educate everyone that's listening.
Yeah, that's a great question. It has been around at least as long as, because I was an intern before I joined ASI full time. So it's been around for at least like 15 years. And it's gone through different iterations since then. And then this new system is about a month old, and we did a full launch in Chicago. So that's where we did the splashy launch. But it's at least 15 years it's been around.
Okay.
So with the new launch, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you go, Meg.
I was just saying it's probably really interesting to see, like a time capsule of what the education looked like 15 years ago and what you were actually teaching the industry 15 years ago versus how that's evolved and what that looks like today. Like, what was the basis of the education? Like, what were the most important things 15 years ago versus the difference now? So I'm curious. I don't know if you have any of those little nuggets, but
oh my gosh, you're so right, Meg. So we knew some of the topics that are really, really popular right now are like AI best practices. Yeah. Like, how do we use AI to sell, like to spend more time selling, like sell on sales forward activities rather than like the repetitive stuff that takes up so much of your day. So that's a big example. So we knew that we needed a robust system to be able to handle a topic like that. But if you look back, like at our old video, like when I first started ASI, it was like, what is Facebook? Like it was like, it was like really like if you think back to like, like the early 2010s, like that's where it was like, how to use Facebook. You could use Facebook for your business and promote it's like, we've come so far from that. And then now it's like, we're looking at, okay, like SEO, for instance, like SEO has changed so much. It's like, okay, how do you like use backlinks in your website? Now it's like, people aren't even clicking on links anymore in Google. Like they're just using the AI overview. So what does that mean for a company that wants to promote themselves on the web? Like it's totally different now. So things have definitely changed. The topics are shifting. Sustainability is another one. Years ago, we weren't even talking about like documentation and auditing for social responsibility. Now it's like, you can't get away from it. It's like, it's a non-negotiable for our big clients. So we need to be able to have a system that handles like a big topic like that. So that's where we decided
incredible.
on. Yeah.
That would
Sarah,
be fun
sorry.
to kind of pull back some of those throwback videos just to watch them. So.
I know. And, we really benefit. I think the timing is right because on-demand learning systems have come so far over the past 5 years because of COVID. So, so many companies, schools, institutions had to get really, really robust really quickly to be able to meet that demand for on-demand education that wasn't always in person. So we came in kind of the perfect time. There are so many systems now to test drive. So that was a lot of our time was spent making sure that the system was right for our audience.
Yeah, I will say, just coming from Proforma, when we put together a program for the new franchise owners, the new affiliates, and it was like, what is print? What is promo? What is the coding, et cetera, et cetera. It's like, if you don't have any experience, I know most of us came in, like Jeff and I, and Sarah, you as well, both of you have all been in this a while, but we didn't have those resources. I know Jeff and I didn't when we first started. There wasn't anything. So it was like, let's figure it out. But how quickly we can get everybody up to speed by having this. I think it's such a benefit. And I wish that there was this kind of stuff when I first came on board. It wouldn't have been there's a lot of like, man, you live and you learn kind of instances.
It is a fun industry, but it's complicated, right?
It is.
And it's like, if you don't,
make it really complicated. You're right.
It is. And you have to learn it. It's an industry you have to learn. And a lot of people don't even know it exists. And you just have to, a lot of us could have benefited from more robust onboarding, when we first started 20 years ago. So that's exactly what we're trying to help with. Because we've had a lot of inquiries about that. Like, hey, we have salespeople. We're just starting. We have people at ASI that we're putting through the system. And then we have, clients who say, this is great for onboarding. This is exactly what we need. So.
Oh, good. Yeah. I know that was a big thing with some of our franchise owners. They would get a lot of salespeople or customer service, and it's, well, hey, who can train them? Do you want to train them? I was like, I don't have time to train them, but you can train them, and here are the resources. So I would put them through our onboarding, which was on demand, which is another thing. Like, that's not an easy thing to put together because you have to record it. You have to be able to make it available in this library. And then like I said, it's evolving so constantly that 6 months to a year down the road, it can already expire, that information. So it's not an easy take. So I applaud you guys for doing that. Yeah. And Sarah, I know I cut you off like 10 minutes ago. So what were you going to say?
Oh my God, you're so fine. I was going to ask how the content is divided up, but it's in conjunction exactly with what you said. So I think it's a good transition of, like, you talked about the learning platform. You guys we're looking at a myriad of different systems. And so how then is the content divided up? It's on demand, so you can access it anytime, but is it just by your bachelor's and your master's, or are there, subcategories? What does that look like?
Yeah, that's a great question. So right now we're starting with about 20 classes, and we have them divided up into 7 different tracks, but within the tracks, it's not like you have to take, we don't cattle shoot people. So when you're in that bucket or track, you can take whatever you want. They're not like, they don't lead one to the other. We don't require this to get to that. It's really kind of, it's pretty free, easy breezy. So you can kind of explore whatever you're feeling like at the time. So we have 7 tracks. We have a newbie track, which has been really, really popular. We have sales and marketing. We have AI. We have ESP Plus tutorials. We have print and promo, like 101, state of the industry, markets to target for both those markets, things like that. So right now we have about 20. We're working on a few more that will be added in the coming week or so. And every month we have more content. So as we add to those buckets or tracks, we're looking at ways to branch it out so that it'll kind of be like maybe subcategories under those headers as we have more content that makes sense. So the trees kind of make sense. But our goal is not to, again, we want this to serve the learner. So we're not going to cattle shoot anybody. We want it to be robust, but also up to their choosing. So once you enroll or complete a class, there's actually an activity widget that'll show you exactly where you are in the class. It'll show you what's completed. It gives you points. There's a leaderboard in there so you can see where you rank amongst all the other learners in the system.
All you competitive folks out there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So as we build content, we're going to build out those tracks. But we have about 7 at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think
That's
there's,
awesome.
at least there used to be some reciprocity with PPAI on their education and certifications. How does that work? And is that still a thing?
Yeah. So that's a great question. So if you have a certification from PPAI, you can contact us. Just email asieducation@asicentral.com and we'll work that through with you, make sure everything's in good standing. And then, yeah, you should be set. So yeah, we do have we've established reciprocity so people aren't doing like a ton for PPAI, a ton for ASI. Like we want this to work for people and we want people to be engaged with our industry, the content, but we don't want it to be overly onerous because we know people also have to like sell and make a living.
Have a job.
Yeah, have a job. So, we try to make it easier in that way. So yeah, that's the easiest way to do it is to contact us with that.
And I think I heard what you said about having to sell it. And I think at the end of the day, if you want to be successful in this industry and you're just starting out or you're getting into the industry or, you need a refresher, like invest in yourself. We shouldn't have to sell you on educating yourself. Like this is here for you. Like
And it's
so
free.
much.
It's
and
free.
it's free. You just have to be a member.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
widely beneficial.
Yeah, no, it's true. We have different content formats. So we have ones that are like modular. So it's
Okay.
a video with a quiz in the middle to kind of, reinforce the content. We have interactive elements like flip cards and heat maps that bring up more information that is part of the video. So we have these more like you have to kind of be listening and be sitting and watching, but then we also have ones that are more like videos you can listen to while you're getting ready for work or while you're cooking dinner or whatever, because people like to absorb information like on the go. So we have that option as well. So yeah, we have both.
And then how often is new content coming inside of the platform?
Yeah, we're looking at like 2 to 3 classes a month.
Okay. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And then who I guess is curating it? Is it coming just from the ASI team or are you looking to industry experts? What does that look like?
Yeah, it's both. So we have
Okay.
ASI speakers. We have outside the industry speakers who can speak to sales and marketing best practices, AI, that kind of thing. And then we also have industry leaders who have been doing this a long time who are also thought leaders in the space and they're presenting content as well.
That's awesome. I always think it's like one of those things like with Audible books too, or like anything. It's always great to hear different voices because you absorb things different ways.
Absolutely.
So Jeff, it sounds like you and I will get some new letters here before Meg earns her stripes.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna have 7 letters. Meg's not gonna have any.
I know, right?
She had to go change her role so that she could, so she could at least get those 3 letters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So she had to feel fancy, and
Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries, Meg.
Oh no!
I had a customer come in after hours. I did a delivery yesterday. And they just came to me.
Yeah, we weren't talking about you or anything, so it's
fine. I'm used to it.
All right, so Sarah L., is there anything else that we should cover about the education portal? Any updates, anything that you want to share with us, anything at all?
No, I think the biggest thing is that just keep an eye out for new content. We've had people take all the classes so far, not even a month into the grand opening. So I would say keep an eye out for new content. Stay logged into members.asi central because that'll just take you right into the portal. You don't have to worry about logging in. Just stay logged in. It's one click in. It's asicentral.com/education, and we have new content every month. So keep revisiting. We'll be promoting that. So we'll get that in people's inboxes. And yeah, we're just happy learning and we're here for you.
Very cool.
Awesome. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. That is awesome. I love ASI. Those are the best.
Thanks, everyone. I appreciate it.
Give Michelle Bell a big hug and kiss for me. I miss her so much.
I will. She says hi.
And Jake too, of course. Jake.
Yep, I will. He says hi too.
Oh,
people.
Great. Now I feel like I'm leaving everybody out. So we should just go down the list and just.
I know. I was going to say, I was like, now.
Oh, man.
So Sarah G., since we didn't cover it at the very beginning of the episode, you've got a different background today.
I know. It's just a white wall right now, which I was like, I needed to find something a little bit different, but I ran out of time. So our headquarters is in Vero Beach, Florida. So I am in Florida for the week. So I'll be back and forth. So kind of like you spending a little time in the office every once in a while. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you're going to be down there every now and again, you might want to get yourself, some stuff to put up in the background. It's not as.
I will.
It's not as interesting as some of the other backgrounds we've seen.
I know. Well, I just need to work
can-
on that in
I can
general
teach you-
altogether.
I can
That
teach
would be
you how to
great.
build that.
We
This
need to
was
have a
easy.
session. At
Yeah.
least even Sarah has like books on the background. Like she's got something going on in the back of her.
It's kind of a mess. It's like I got to go through that stuff. I have so many.
I know.
books. Promo is not
Sometimes-
my only interest. There's like so much stuff back here, but I gotta like curate it a little bit.
Yeah.
That's not what our library of online content looks like. Don't worry.
I love it. It's so funny. It's just one of those things that I feel like you notice what is the moment you step onto any type of video meeting, you're like, oh my gosh, my background. So
Yeah.
outside of that, you would probably never pay attention to it. So,
Right. Exactly.
or maybe you do, Jeff.
Well, I don't know. All right. Well, look, I've had fun. Sarah, thank you for joining us. I think it's super exciting to hear about the changes that ASI has made as well to the education portal. And hey, what is going on with you? Stop yawning over there. I know it's me. It's me. I get it. It's fine. All right. Well, I've had fun. Sarah, thank you for joining us. And if you've got your certification from PPAI, go get your reciprocal certification with ASI. If not, check them out, get educated, and get a certification.
It's part of your membership.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure we're not looking at you or anything. All right, guys. Until next time. See ya.
Yeah.